All right, here we go again. Good times. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through this real quick. I believe I got everything working. Sometimes my computer hates me and I have a million things open at once. So, first off, make sure you got your text. All right, there's our text. Cool. All right, next, we will add a word bubble. So I'm gonna go and discard that one and start a new layer here. And all right, I'm gonna go to the ellipse tool, down to the circle, and put a circle around our words here. All right. Now, under trial and error, make sure you do not have it on new layer. Okay. We are going to have it on, I believe it's subtract from shape. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I almost lost my voice. After we got our bubble, we are going to get our pen tool. Oh, I'm sorry, not our pen tool. We're going to get our convert point tool here. And we will make a dot there. And I'm sorry, there we go. We gotta select it. And kind of set off our word bubble there. Just give it a little character. And then we're gonna go select our pen tool. And bring an arm down to point to your mouth. Hold down Alt. Click on your last point. Even out the line there. All right. And then you're going to close it. There we go. So this is where the last video kind of went off rail. You're going to select this with your arrow. Okay. You're going to come up here. You're going to go to subtract from shape. Okay. Select that. Now go to merge shape components. And you see it took out that little selection there that was separating two shapes. Now that we have that, we are going to right click, go to make selection. Okay, make sure we don't have any feather going on, make sure the anti-alias is selected. Click OK. All right. Now make a new layer underneath your ellipse 1 layer. Okay. Grab your gradient tool, make sure you got black and white in your color palette, your foreground and your background. Okay, make sure you fill this with black. Oh. Leave with the patch to mess everything up. Oh, I don't know how it inverted our selection, so just go ahead and invert it back. There we go. Gradient tool, make sure you select that all black, okay? Go to your select drop down, go to modify, go to contract. Now, if you're running your image at 300 dpi, you go with 12, contract by 12 pixels, okay? And you will see the area where it contracted in from the normal or the original selection. You're still in your gradient tool. Gradient the other way, we'll fill it in with white. All right, we can select off of that. Look at that beautiful word bubble, right? It's like magic. And then you can better position your text in there by selecting your text layer, moving it around. And that's how that looks. Now, let's go on to something a little bit more elaborate here. Let's take off our layer with the word bubble, okay? Let's add a new text layer. I swear, if you don't tell me, I will cut you. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Okay, you see this in comics, right? Where they've got a lot of text going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our ellipse tool and let's put a bubble around the top. Might be a little too big, but that's fine. We'll put another bubble around the bottom. Oh, make sure that when you do this, it's not on make a new layer. We want combine or subtract shapes here. Put another bubble here, right? All right, now we get to mess with them again. We're going to the convert point tool. Make them look a little bit less natural. I'm sorry, less even there. Oh. All right, so we got that. Now, let's go back to our pen tool. And from the bottom bubble, we will make the arm come out. Make sure to hold on Alt and click on that second point you put in. That way it doesn't make it round. All right, and then we shall select everything that we've just made. Go to subtract from shape, and then go to merge shape components. It took out all the, it bridged all the shapes together. Right click, make selection, and OK. I don't know why it's inverting the selection, but make sure you go to select and invert if it is. Normally it doesn't. Go to your gradient tool. Oh, make sure you're on a new layer underneath it. So create a new layer underneath your ellipse tool. Gradient, select, modify, contract. 12 pixels. Then gradient over to the white. Look at that. It's like we were in a real comic book studio, right? Okay. And then you just move around your text to make sure that they're centered. Hold on, I'm going to check the video to make sure we're still okay. We're doing good. All right. All right. See, that looks pretty gnarly, right? Now let's go on to let's do a special effect or a sound effect. I'm gonna make a new layer for that. I'm gonna get my brush. Okay. Now there are millions of ways to do different effects. So I'm just gonna make one up real quick. Let's do, yeah, I make up my own noises. Usually I sound them out before I put them down. That way I know what they sound like, but I'm not going to do that in front of you guys because it's embarrassing. All right, so go to your white. I always use white when I do my effects because you can just adjust it later. All right. Now I brush my effects. I don't like using fonts for it because it's really hard to get the look that you want, but I'll just do something real quick. Just make it's not gonna be real refined. I'm just gonna make you, or show you how to make them look pretty cool. Kaboom is what this is gonna say. I might have gone too far out there, but it's fine. I'll just go all the way out. Okay, look at that. It says kaboom, right? Pretty cool. Now, this is a danger effect, what I classify as a danger, because usually you'll see that when it's when something's colliding with another thing. So I'm going to lock this layer to where you can't brush outside of it. See? I don't know if you can see my cursor, but I'll just show you the red real quick. See how the red's only hitting the white where I drew? Okay, so I'm going to get my gradient with that red, and I'm going to make the whole thing red. And that's a little too bright, so I'm going to go to more of a pinkish. That's good. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to double click your layer that you just drew on for your effect. It's going to bring up this window. This is your layer, your layer style options. Now we're going to stroke it, right? You see how it kind of puts an outline on that? Now, since I put it on a light pink, I'm not going to go with black. I'm going to go with a dark red on the stroke. Okay, it's good to stay within your colors when you're doing this. I'm going to up the stroke probably to 14. You don't want it too heavy. Okay, there's 14. Now we're going to go down to the outer glow. Okay, it's defaulted on this light yellow, but we're going to choose a red. Something shiny. Okay, And then your spread doesn't really work unless you have your size going. Okay, see the size there? Okay, if you put your size all the way up and then you start adjusting your spread, it makes it a little bit more solid. You don't really want that unless you want it like really tight to the outer rim of your image. But I just usually put it down to about there. Okay. Excuse me. I've lost my throat. Someone's trying to talk to me right now. I've got to check this. All right. Excuse me. Got a comment here. You guys could look at my Facebook. How nice of me, right? I find with balloons and letters is more friendly and clean. I don't. Is that a compliment, Chris? Are you complimenting me? I was gonna say thanks, Chris. Up 2 S's. Okay. Anyways. Where was I? Yes, okay, so the effect here. We've got our outer glow, right? So now we're gonna go to the gradient. It's standard, or sorry, it's defaulted to black and white. What you're gonna do is you're gonna double click on the gradient bar there. It's gonna pull up this little, you're gonna have windows on top of windows. I go for the 3-tone gradient effect. And that is this orange and yellow one here. Okay, look at how it's already starting to shine. Okay, on these little tabs here, you can adjust your gradient to the how far it will pinch the colors together. See, you don't want to, you want it smooth so you have them separated. Well, since I'm going with red, I'm going to go with a not too dark, but on the outer. The outers, I'm going to put it, that's good. I'm trying to make this whole thing blend. White's a good color to have there, but I'm going to make it a little lighter. I'm going to go to orange. Let's see here. A little lighter. Kaboom. That's good. That's a good effect, okay? It's not the best, but I'll show you something really cool. You see how that stands out already, though? Ah. Yeah, kaboom. All right. Now, I go with my pencil here, right? Or my brush. And I will just, what's going on? Oh, that's right. Unlock the layer. Okay. And then my brush is too thick, so I'm going to size it down a little bit. Look at this. I'm going to kind of make it a little edgy. Okay. Make it look like it wasn't just drawn on in paint. Let's get good around, put little splashes, make it look like it too is shattered a little bit. Just for that uncommon effect. I don't know if this is how they professionally do it, but this is the way I've just self-taught myself to do it. And I found it to have some pretty good results after experimenting for a while. People like it, so. Dun, dun, dun. Kaboom. All right, look at that. I'm sure there are better methods to do this. Like Chris was saying earlier, that he was asking why I don't use a vector program like Illustrator. Well, I like to, because I do a lot of my After Effects, after coloring and everything in Photoshop. I just like to get it all done in one program rather than passing it off and changing file properties and all that other stuff. So I'm actually going to start experimenting with or Illustrator a little bit more. I did back in college, but now I don't really do it. But there it is. There's your effect. You can put it right over her face. anywhere you want. Now, if you want to go on to different styles of bubbles, we can do that real quick. And let's see here. We'll just do it an out of the panel bubble, which means there's someone out of the panel talking. Let's all, well, gotta reset my colors. This guy's gonna be like, what do you mean? Question. Yeah, there's two ways you can do this paragraph, okay? You can put that down there. Whoa, I didn't say to delete the word. You can do it like that. I'll probably do it like that. It's more formation, or it's a better formation. Okay. We will attempt to do a squiggly bubble. So get your ellipse tool, make a layer behind your text, do your original thing there, okay? Now, grab your pen tool, and we're going to go to the freeform pen. This means that you get to draw with it rather than making points everywhere. So what I will be doing is just kind of drawing with it like this. Now make sure you go all the way around your circle here, or else you're going to have a odd looking bubble. And I mistakenly just did that. I have to correct myself there, and possibly correct myself here. All right. And then you go back to your normal pen tool. Make the arm go outside the panel. Adjust it. Remember that Alt key. It's going to be your best friend in doing bubbles here. Okay, go to your select. Just select that, right? Look at all them dots. Imagine doing that just by clicking them. That'd be painful. Subtract from shape. Or is it actually... Yeah, we can just do subtract from... That's probably why it's inverting it. Let me try a couple methods out here. I'm going to try the intersect. Merge. Ooh, that did not do it. I don't know what it did. But that is not what we wanted. Exclude. Nope, that doesn't do it either. So we're just going to do subtract from shape. Merge the shapes. There we go. We got one bubble. Make a selection. Click OK. It inverted the selection again, so let's invert it. Gradient tool, but we got to make a layer underneath this. Now, when I do word bubbles, I do them all at once. When I have an entire page due, I do all the dialogue, unless there's something special that needs to be done in a bubble. I'll put it off the side, do another layer, but I do all my bubbles at once. So when I go to the selection side of it, it selects them all. I fill them in all at once, and so on and so on. Okay, go to select, modify, contract, 12 pixels. Okay, pour that white down. Look at that bubble, right? Now, that's a pretty cool looking bubble, actually. Now, if you double click on this layers, or the bubble layer that we just made, you can add some effects here. Now, like if you go to stroke, and let's put this in a kind of a sea blue there, it will put, right? This is good for identifying characters if you want, but I don't really use the stroke a lot. I like the outer glow. The outer glow, or the inner glow. I'll show you what the inner glow does here. Inner glow, it's not going to be black, it's going to be blue, right? Same properties as you would the outer glow. You got distance, size, but this one has choke. We're not going to be using that. But check that out, right? This is how they get them to look kind of nifty. Cool stuff, right? Do that. The angle of it, you get to switch that around. Make sure that you take off this use global light though, because any layer style effect that you put on, this unifies them to, if I have another word bubble that is using the global lighting thing, it will adjust that too, although it's on a different layer. So you want to make sure this is taken off so it's independent, so it can do its own thing without anybody putting it down. But that's pretty cool. And now I'll show you the outer glow. Let's do a darker blue so we can tell them what we're doing here. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, looks like some magic is talking. It's magical, right? Okay, now that we got that going on, right? Check this out. We're gonna make a layer above that, set the properties to that layer to, I would say, let's do pin light, or actually linear light. Okay, we got a linear light going. Double click on your thing here, on your layer, go to outer glow, teardrop the bubble, so we get close to the color we need. We're gonna darken that a little bit. Okay, we're gonna put the glow up. Spread at 6, size at 54. That's good enough. Okay, now get your brush out. Where's my brush? Let me start making these little. Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want that on black. We want it on a white. Just make a little dot there. I don't got my thing going on there, right? So go back to effects, outer glow. There we go. I need more spread on it. It's kind of going to blend in, so we might need to stroke that little dot with no, black's good because that's what the bubble's in. Okay, and since it's white, we're actually going to mimic the word bubble by teardropping the inner globe color. Okay, and we'll fill that in with that, and we can just add little dots everywhere next to the bubble. It's magic. Let's do that everywhere, right? Didn't know comics could be so easy, but they are if you know what you're doing. All right. Check that out. Isn't that just mystical? It's awesome. Totally awesome. Word bubbles. Yeah, lots of fun. Be creative with them. Don't make all your dialogue the same. It will look completely bland. Nobody, you know, reading's half of a comic. So, you know, you take into as much consideration as making it look professional as you would the art. So find your balance. Make it look nice. Don't make your dialogue too crowded. At 300 DPI, I keep my text at, I believe it's 11. Oh, this is at 10. Okay, so, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Don't shrink your text down too much. You don't want people squinting to read it. But that's going to be our video for today. Thanks for tuning in. And if you got any questions, go ahead and contact me. All right? You guys take it easy.